Hello, this is Matthew from MrScienceTeacher.com, where we teach concepts and illustrate methods of problem solving. Today I'm going to teach you how to name chemical compounds. I call it the language of chemistry. You can look at our website at MrScienceTeacher.com, and in the upper right hand corner there's a link to this video. The key to naming chemical compounds is to get to zero. If you can do this, +1 - 1 equals 0, +2 - 2 equals 0, or +3 - 3 equals 0, then you can name compounds easily. You already understand the language of mathematics. Use this to build a new language, the language of chemistry. The language of chemistry will give you the tools to identify the correct chemical formulas for thousands of compounds. You don't need to know any chemistry in order to name over 5,000 chemical compounds. Imagine the confidence of a student wanting to learn chemistry, already knowing over 5,000 chemical compounds. You could be that student. Are you ready? Most science textbooks have one of these. It's a periodic table of elements. We have something better. We have Mr. Science Teacher's periodic table of ions. It looks like this. You can get one from us by going here. Again, in the upper right-hand corner of the website. Are you ready to learn? +1 ions. Now, it's not important that you understand what an ion is, but I'm going to tell you what are +1 ions. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. You can look at the periodic table of ions and notice that they're all listed right here. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, and there are some others. +2 ions. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and they're located right here. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, and strontium. These are the +2 ions. +3 ions. Scandium and yttrium. Here's scandium, and here's yttrium. Okay, so let's go to the -1 ions. Fluoride, chloride, bromide, and iodide. They're located right here. Fluoride, chloride, bromide, and iodide. These are all the -1 ions. What about the -2 ions? Well, oxide, sulfide. These are the -2 ions right here. Oxide, sulfide. -3 ions. Nitride and phosphide. Nitride and phosphide. Those are the -3 ions. Let's get started. Remember, the whole key is to get to 0. +1 - 1 equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a +1 and we're going to look at a -1. We're going to look at hydrogen and fluoride. Instead of me writing +1, I'm going to write H for hydrogen. And instead of me writing -1, I'm going to write F for fluoride. And then I'm going to put them together, HF, which stands for hydrogen fluoride. Okay? So let's do this systematically. I'm going to combine hydrogen, a +1, with each of these -1s. Hydrogen fluoride is HF. Hydrogen chloride is HCl. Hydrogen bromide is HBr. And hydrogen iodide is HI. See? +1, -1. You pick any of the +1s, pick any of the -1s. Put them together. As long as it equals 0, then you have your chemical compound. Let's work with lithium. Lithium is a +1. Fluoride is a -1. Stick them together. Lithium fluoride. Lithium chloride. Lithium bromide. Lithium iodide. See? LiI. Lithium iodide. +1 - 1. It equals 0. This again. +1 - 1. Sodium. Sodium fluoride. NaF. Sodium chloride, NaCl. Sodium chloride, by the way, is table salt. Sodium bromide, NaBr, and sodium iodide, NaI. Sodium iodide, +1 - 1 equals 0. How about potassium? It's the same way. Potassium is a +1. All of these are -1s. We just combine them. Potassium fluoride, potassium chloride, potassium bromide, and potassium iodide. Kf, KCl, KBr, and Ki. These are chemical compounds. We take the +1 and the -1, we get 0. What about +2 and -2? It's the same way. Let's continue with beryllium. Beryllium and oxide. So, BeO, beryllium oxide. What about beryllium sulfide? BeS. Magnesium. Magnesium oxide would be what? MgO. Magnesium sulfide is MgS. And calcium now. Calcium oxide would be CaO. Calcium sulfide would be CaS. Strontium. Strontium oxide, SRO. Strontium sulfide, SRS. See how we get to name chemical compounds and we get to spell their correct chemical formulas already just by learning how to use Mr. Science Teacher's periodic table of ions and using the mathematics, the language of mathematics that we've already known. Okay, +3 minus 3 equals 0. Scandium nitride. +3 minus 3. Scandium nitride is SCN. Scandium phosphide, SCP. What about yttrium? Yttrium nitride would be YN. Yttrium phosphide, YP. Are there other ways to get to 0? Yes. +2 minus 1 equals 0. Instead of me writing +2, I'm going to pick an element such as calcium. I'm going to write Ca. Instead of me writing -1, I'm going to pick a random element like fluoride, which is an F. And I'm going to do it again. Now, Ca is calcium, and I have 2 of the fluorides. So what we do is we write CaF2. This is calcium fluoride. Here's another one. Calcium is a +2. Cl this time is what I'm chosen, and that's a -1. So I have another Cl for -1. Calcium, Ca, chloride, Cl, chloride, Cl. CaCl2. Calcium chloride. What about a +3, like aluminum? Aluminum, -1, chloride, chloride, and a chloride. Al, I have 3 chlorines. Notice I had the +3, -1, -1 equals 0. You know, we know the mathematical equation equals 0. Al, Cl, Cl, Cl. Al, Cl3. Aluminum chloride. Using this language of mathematics, we have developed a new language, the language of chemistry. +1, +1, -2. Lithium is a +1, so I'll write that twice. And oxide is a -2. So I have 2 lithiums and 1 oxide. Lithium oxide, Li2O. +1, +1, +1, -3 equals 0. Lithium, 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 and nitride. 3 lithiums, 1 nitride. Formula is lithium nitride. Li3N. +3, +3, -2, -2, -2 equals 0. Aluminum is a +3, oxide is a -2. Okay, and then there's 3 of them. So I have 2 aluminums and 3 oxides. Al2O3. Can you guess the name? We have aluminum and 3 oxides. So again, aluminum oxide. This is the name of the formula. Is it really that easy? Yes. What about water? Have you ever wondered why water, the formula for water is H2O instead of HO2? Well, let's see. +1, +1, -2. Hydrogen is a +1. Oxide is a -2. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen, H2O. Water. These techniques that I've just shown you will help you name over 1,000 compounds easily using Mr. Science Teacher's periodic table of ions. Right here is what it looks like. You can get one from my website. So go buy one. Go get you one. Hey, you want to learn more? How would you like to expand your vocabulary to over 5,000 chemical compounds? Using what we call polyatomic ions, which is a fancy word for a cluster of atoms with a net charge. Using polyatomic ions, you can expand your knowledge on how to name chemical compounds using Mr. Science Teacher's periodic table of ions. So let's get started. Let's look at -1 ions. BrO3 is a group of atoms with a -1 charge called bromate. BrO2 is called bromite. NO3 is called nitrate, and NO2 is called nitrite. Again, these are all clusters of atoms that have a net charge, -1. Here's some -2 ones. CO3 is called carbonate. O2 is called peroxide. SO4, sulfate, and SO3 is called sulfite. -3 ions, borate, BO3. What about phosphate, PO4? It's also a -3. So let's do what we did before. +1 - 1 equals 0. +1 is potassium. BrO3 was bromate. Potassium bromate, the correct chemical formula is KBrO3. Potassium bromite would be KBrO2. Potassium nitrate, KNO3. Potassium nitrite would be KNO2. Again, all we did was use +1 and -1 equals 0, and what we used was Mr. Science Teacher's periodic table of ions and a sheet of polyatomic ions. What about +2 - 2 equals 0? We have calcium. Calcium is a +2. Carbonate is a -2. Calcium carbonate. Calcium peroxide, CaO2. Calcium sulfate, CaSO4. Calcium sulfite, CaSO3. +3 - 3 equals 0. Aluminum is a +3. Borate, BO3, is a -3. Aluminum borate, AlBO3. Aluminum phosphate, AlPO4. Aluminum phosphate. Are you getting it? Get to know us. Here at Mr. Science Teacher, we teach concepts and illustrate methods of problem solving. Stop by and ask questions. We'd love to help you learn. And please, like us on Facebook.